Good morning. It's Tuesday and it's time for Live with Sarah. Well, good morning. This is our live video chat over on the Posh Pooch Designs Facebook page. And just so that you know, every Tuesday I try. Every now and then there might be a circumstance where I can't, but we try every Tuesday, 9:30 a.m. Mountain Time, and you'll need to check the time in your area to make sure you get on at the right time. We try to have a live video chat, and I absolutely love this time. I see some of you already popping in. Good morning, Stacy and Aurora and Dana and Desiree. It's so good to see you all. Vicki just popped in, and Kimberly. And Kimberly won our mandala yarn in our last giveaway. I sent it out on one day, and it was like 2 days later, and it was at her house, and she's posting pictures. I'm like, I have never had a package arrive that fast ever. I am so happy you got it, and I hope that you have a lot of fun with that beautiful Lion Brand yarn. All right, I see Jennifer and Carolina. All right, well, I have a lot of really fun things planned today. One of the things we're going to do today is I'm going to give away one of these calendars. And let me, I'm going to put this down here so you can see it closer. And we'll pop down over to this other camera. And what this is it's a calendar for 2019. And you're going to get over 100 patterns. And the way they do it is they're on these cards. You get the index, of course, but they're on these cards. Oh, look, there's one of mine. And usually you get 1 or 2 days together. So it's a calendar that has over 100 patterns on it. And I'm going to give this away today. And I'll tell you just a little bit later, once we get a few more people in, how you can win it. At the end of today's video, I'm going to choose a winner off the comments that you make. And then I'll tell you in a little bit what I'm looking for to those comments. All right. So that's a giveaway we're going to do today. And then I'm also going to do a little quickie tutorial on how to make this cute little acorn. Because in the fall, I think of fall leaves and the acorns and pine cones falling out of the trees. Where I live, I have about 5 acres. And we have quite a few pine trees. And I love going out this time of year and picking up all the acorns and the pine trees. And just having, a lot of fun doing crafts with them. So we're going to do this fun little acorn in just a little bit. If you want to gather up some supplies, it's just worsted weight number 4 yarn and your H hook. That's all you need, and a needle, but we'll get to that in a little bit. Alrighty. Now, before we get started with those things, I wanted to cover something. I was feeling a little bit, I don't know if emotional is the right word. I was watching some of the 9/11 footage from years ago, and someone posted the Budweiser commercial where the horses come in and they bow down. And I just burst into tears. I think the music is beautiful on that one. And I was so emotional. So then I had a friend say, with this hurricane, they live down, I think, by Myrtle Beach. I don't know if it's North Carolina or South Carolina. I can't remember. But they live down there. And she said she wasn't leaving her home because her husband couldn't leave because of his job. And I was like, oh, no, I'm so emotional again, right? So then I'm posting along, and I thought, I've got to get off here and go get ready for my live video. I got my hair cut, and I don't like it. And so I was trying to make it look halfway decent. Anyway, but... So another thing popped up, and it was from St. Jude's, and it just blessed my heart. I've had several friends whose children have gone down to St. Jude's, and St. Jude Cancer Facility is a wonderful, wonderful charity, and they do so much for people. This one little girl, I think she's about 5 or 6, and she's doing a fundraiser, but she's in her late 20s now. And if you go to my Posh Pooch Designs page, I put the link on there, so if you want to donate to her fundraiser, and it's just, she's going to do a walk, and the money's going to go to St. Jude because St. Jude saved her life. And so then I got really happy. So I'm kind of in a little bit on an emotional roller coaster. And so then I remembered something that my mom used to say all the time, and that is, life is too short to live it grumpy. So we're going to have fun Okay, I'm gonna give away a calendar. We're gonna do a little crochet together. I'm gonna show you some new yarns and talk about patterns, and we're gonna laugh and we're gonna have some fun today. Okay, all right, let's get back to the calendar. All right, so I'm gonna tell you what I want you. I'm gonna move the comments down. I forgot they don't move it down. I make sure I don't miss anyone. Let's see, there's Jacinta. What a pretty name. Joyce, Tina Louise. I love your name, Tina. Debbie Wilson, Alicia, Jennifer, Kimberly, Rosie. Lots of you are popping in. Before we do the giveaway information, let's clink in. We haven't done that yet, right? Everybody, hold up your cup. Now remember, you can drink whatever you want. I'm drinking coffee. Clink in. A lady commented a couple of days ago and she said, I don't drink coffee. What do I do? How do I clink in? I said, you can drink whatever you want. It's just a way for everyone to say, I'm here. Hello. Clink. All right. Now let's click down to the top cam again. Let me show you the calendar again. So those that didn't see this at the beginning, we're going to give this away today at the end of the video. And again, what it is a 2019 calendar. You get over 100 patterns. And I love that it's not all in a book, that you can take these out. You can take it with you and work on that pattern and then stick it back in there. All right, so, and it comes in this handy dandy little box that you make into a stand for your table. All right, don't worry, I'll keep this one since I opened it. All right, now, if you'll notice, there's a blanket underneath. Let me move this. All right, so what I need you to do, how you can get in on the giveaway, and I'll choose from those comments. Tell me if you can identify this stitch. All right? In the comments, tell me what you think this stitch is. All righty? That's how you're going to get in. Draw your name from those comments to see who wins the calendar at the end of today. Everybody understand? And even if you're wrong, it doesn't matter as long as you commented what you think it is. And then I'll just pull a name randomly out of there. What I'll do is I'll just spin it up and down in the comments and just randomly grab a name, okay? So anybody who comments, I'll just set this over here because I'm going to use my thing again. Anybody who comments will be entered in that giveaway. And then all you have to do is message me through Posh Pooch Designs on the Posh Pooch Designs page, or you can shoot me an email and just tell me, it's me, I won. Here's my shipping address. And I'm actually going to go to the post office tomorrow, so I'll ship it out tomorrow. All righty. Now, are you ready to make an acorn? Let's do one of these together. I'm going to go back down to the cam, and I'm going to take this away. You can see I got a couple there. Let me scoot over. All right, now these are just fun little simple acorns, not a whole lot to them. Here's another one. You know, you can see I like making them. And so what you're going to need is an H hook. An H hook is a 5.00 millimeter crochet hook. And then you're going to need a couple colors of yarn. And I'm just going to go ahead and use these same two colors. But you can make them in any colors that you want to. I got to pop on my glasses here. And the last thing you're going to need is a needle to weave in some of those ends. All right, let me move my coffee so we can get started. All right, I'm going to begin down here at the bottom. We're going to work up. Then we'll do the stem and the other side. So it's super easy. It looks, let's see, let me look at my notes here. It only has 7 rows. All right, so we're going to start with the lighter color. I'm going to make my slip knot, and I'm going to chain 3. There's our chain 3. I'm going to stitch 2 single crochets in the second chain from the hook. So here's 1, here's 2. Never count that loop on your hook, okay? Just in case you're wondering. And in the second chain, I'm going to stitch 2 single crochets. Go in, pull up a loop, yarn over, and go through both loops. Chain 1 and turn. All right. And our little chain 1 here does count as our first single crochet, and then we got 2 more single crochets. All right, for row 2, we're going to put 2 single crochets in the first stitch. Then we're going to put 1 single crochet in the next 2. So we've increased from 3 to 4 single crochets. Chain 1 and turn. All right, now for row 3, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to put 2 single crochets together in this first stitch, and then we're just going to stitch 1 single crochet in those next. So now on this row we have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 single crochets. Chain 1 and turn. On this row we're just going to place 1 single crochet in each of these 5. Get in there. There we go. And we're not going to chain 1 yet because we're going to change colors. So I'm going to go ahead and clip that yarn off. And I'm going to grab my next color, pull that in, and then change colors. When you're doing anything where you're doing rows like this, you always want to do your color change before you do like your chain 1 or your chain 2. All right, let me move these comments down because it's causing it to stop. There we go. All right, yes. Nancy says it'd be a cute magnet. Absolutely. I'm going to make these into magnets now that you said that. All right, for row 6, we're going to do some decreasing. I'm sorry, I said it backwards. For row 6, we're going to do some increasing. All right, so in this first single crochet, we're going to stitch 2. Then we'll single crochet in the next 3. 1, 2, 3. And then the last one, we're going to stitch 2. And that increased, not decreased, increased from 5 to 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to single crochet and turn. Now we're going to do decreases. We made it to 7, and now we want it to curve on the edges. So we're going to decrease with the first 2 and the last 2. And the way we do that, we put our hook in, pull out a loop, then we'll go in the next stitch and pull out a loop. You'll have 3 loops instead of the normal 2. Yarn over and go through both, I should say all 3 of those loops. Then we'll single crochet in the next 3. And then we'll do another decrease. We'll go in the next stitch, pull up a loop, then we'll go in that last stitch and pull up a loop, yarn over and go through all 3, chain 1 and turn. So we made it come out here, and now we're bringing it back in. It's just to give it the shape of the acorn. All right, so now we're on our last row. We're going to slip stitch in the first stitch. You put your hook through, pull up a loop, then pull that loop through the loop that's on your hook. So there's 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to stitch 4 chains because we're going to make the stem. We're going to turn and slip stitch in the second chain and then in the next 2. All right, now we're going to slip stitch right in that same stitch, and then we'll slip stitch in the last 3. There we go, and then in that last one. Get in there. All right, so there's our little acorn. He looks a little messy, doesn't he? Clip it off and tie off. All right, now you're going to need to use your needle and weave these ends in. And in order to get this a little bit round, what I do is I just go on the edge and pull that in. And then I weave that in through those stitches. And see how that made that a little bit more, is acornish a word? All right, now these two, what I like to do on these is I like to do, when I'm on the edge like that, you can either stitch over those, but I like to just wrap those with just like a one little knot there. It's not a knot, but it's like a wrap over. And then I can go back in and weave that in. All right, then we'll do that with this one. All right, now if you're going to sew this onto something, you can leave some strings here and make them longer so that you don't have to add additional yarn to it. And you can do that down here also if you want to. Leave a long tail for sewing it in place. I'm just going to go up in there. And I really like the idea of making it into a magnet. And there's lots of fun things that you can do with it. If you're making a fall hat or a fall scarf or any sort of doily or placemat, these are a lot of fun to make. All right, so here's some more. All righty. Now, have you been commenting on what stitch you think that is? Keep on commenting, my friends. I love it. All right, now let's talk a little bit about some new yarns, and then I'll talk, one new yarn, I should say, and then I'll talk about some new patterns. Well, I purchased this yarn. Can you see that? It's called Burnett. It's by Yarnspirations, and it's Blanket Pet. And so it cost about, I think it was $9.99. Let me grab my glasses, so I want to make sure I give you all the information correct. It's a number 5 bulky, and you get 8 ounces. Now, after I purchased it, I actually bought a blue one also that I've already started working with because I want to make a dog bed using this. But then I got to thinking, at $9.99, you're going to need 2, maybe 3. That's going to be about $30 for a dog bed. What makes this yarn so special? And so if you look right there, it's that blue thing. It says Odor Control by, I think it's Everfresh. Yes, Everfresh. And that's what makes that yarn special. Now, I looked it up because I wanted to know what Everfresh was. Okay, and what it says that it is, let me put my glasses back on so I can tell you correctly. Odor control by applying live microorganisms to the fiber that result in non-toxic odor control. And it's great for dogs and animal things. And I thought, oh, wow. So that's what the extra is in there. And when I first read it, I thought, oh, I hope that's not toxic. And then as I read it, I realized it's not. It's safe. So I'm going to try it out, and I'm going to let you all know I've got a pattern that I'm working on for a dog. I'm actually calling it a dog bed poof, or a dog poof bed. So anyway, I wanted to tell you about that yarn. I've had a lot of questions about it, and it is a chunky number 5. A lot of the blanket yarn is a chunky 6. And then they also have a thin one that's a chunky number. It's not a chunky, it's just a number 4, and it's a little bit thinner. And I really did not care for working with that one. It works up really pretty. It's just a little bit on the odd side as far as working with it. But it does work up really nice. Alrighty, so that's a yarn I wanted to talk to you about. And then the other thing I wanted to tell you about is 2 new patterns that we did this week. Now, this one here is the ladder headband. It's a really cool pattern because it's worked around, and then you join it, and by the way you join it, it looks like it has a little flap here, but it actually doesn't. And you can add cute little buttons. This one is done in the Chick Sheet by Marley Bird. It's super soft, and I really love it. This one is done with some of the leftover Colorscapes that I did my waffle cowl with, and I had some left, and so I made me a matching headband. Well, basically, I'm going to give that as a gift, and they're going to get both. So anyway, those are 2. That's a headband that I did. Now, if you'll notice behind me, there is a cowl, and it's made with the new, this is the same one. This one I did on the video, same size. It's done with the new Karen Pantone. And let me show you. Each one comes with a card, and it has 5 separate colors. And I decided to go ahead and do a yarn review and pattern together. This is a pattern I wrote a few years ago. I just made it a little bit shorter because it's a lot less yarn than what I used, and to see how the colors played together. And you can buy these, I think they're $7.99 at your local Michael's. Is the only place that I've seen them right now. So I don't know if they're exclusive to Michael's, but the colors are gorgeous. The yarn is really soft. The only issue I really had with it is that I don't like the idea of them all being separate balls of yarn. I really would rather it, go together like some of the cakes that we have. They change colors, but they're hooked together. You don't have to use the Russian join or join them in every time. And so to me, but I understand what they're saying, because they're taking all these beautiful colors, and Pantone is known for their colors, knowing how to match and do colors that blend. And so they've come up with all these different ones. This one and this one are the two that I got. It's Peacock is the bluish one, and the other one was called, let's see, Fuchsia Foliage. Those are the two that I picked up. Now, I didn't pay full price for either one of mine. The first week, I went and used my Michael's 40% off coupon. And then the next week, I went and used my Michael's 40% off coupon. And so if you want to try these out, but you don't want to spend that much money, use your coupon, get one, test it out, see if you like it. Because don't just write it off because you think you're not going to like it or it's too expensive. Okay, that's why I always say, get one, try it out. And if you personally don't like it, you can always make something and give it to someone as a gift. It's never wasted. Okay. The other thing that kind of bothered me a little bit about that yarn is that it wasn't spun real tight. You know, when you work with yarn and it's spun nice and tight, it works really well. Well, this yarn is kind of a loose, it's like more like strings just held together almost, with just a little twist. And as you're crocheting with it, I found that it was a little bit splitty. It did move smoothly across my crochet hook, and it did work up beautiful. You know, you can see the colors back there is beautiful. This one is gorgeous. I love these colors together. And I have to tell you, I don't know that I would have put that green in there, this one, this dark green in there. It's like a dark greenish gray, if I was picking out the colors, but it works up really pretty. So, yeah, that's the, did I lose everybody? My live video thing is spinning. So, I hope I didn't, because I was getting ready to do the giveaway. Okay, tell me you're out there, and I'm going to go ahead and do the giveaway. All right. So, I'm going to go back through all of the, let me grab that calendar. Okay, so I'm going to go back through all the comments, and I'm going to see if any of you told me what you think that pattern is. And I'm just going to randomly choose someone from the comment list to win. And I'm going to put my glasses on and make sure I say your name correctly, okay? All right, I'm just going to push it up and down. Let's see. Are you ready? I love your comments. You all are just so amazing. You are. Well, I see that one person got it right. Let's see if I got any others. There's another one. All right. Okay. Kimberly says you can make a garland. That would be awesome to do with those acorns. Okay. All righty. Are you ready? All righty. Looks like, oh, now that I don't want my comments to move up and down, they're moving up and down. All righty. Well, it looks like Aurora. I lost her. Well, I was going to choose Aurora, but her name popped away. So let me bring you, see if I can find her again. I'm just trying to find your last name, Aurora, but you're the winner of our calendar today. Because I saw that you put on there C2C. It is a C2C. Something really interesting about the C2C that you see all over the place is that, oh, before I go on and say this, Aurora, you are a winner. I can't find you in there again. I spun really fast and you disappeared. You're the winner of our calendar today. I want you to send me a message through Facebook and just put your name and your address, or you can email me. Just go to the webpage at www.poshpooshdesigns.com and just shoot me an email that has your shipping address, and I'll get that right out to you, okay? All right, now, the neat thing I wanted to tell you about the, let me grab it. I was trying to grab it. I didn't. About the C2C. This is just done with a Burnett Pop. And it's one of my favorite things to do with the C2C pattern. But something that you don't know is that, or you may know, I know that didn't sound very nice. I didn't mean that you didn't know. No, something that you may not know, I'll put it that way, is that this isn't the only C2C pattern that there is. I'm going to put this back down here real quick and pop down back to the other camera. Okay, so if you'll note, this is called traditionally the C2C because it's worked from the corner to corner, and then you work it all the way up. But traditionally, this was called this corner to corner block stitch. And the reason is because you're making little blocks. And did you know there are probably 100 different types of corner to corner patterns that you can do? And just to name a few, you can do a granny square. You can do all of the single, double, triple. All of those can all be done corner to corner. And there's a lot of different ways of doing the corner to corner. But this became really popular. I think it was the crochet crowd, actually, or maybe it was Red Heart that did them first. And they're beautiful patterns. They really are. It makes a nice, beautiful stitch. And the neat thing about it is I'm going to be doing a video on it. And I'm going to be showing you how to make the square, how to make a rectangle, and how to make a triangle, and how to measure it to get exactly what you want from your corner to corner block stitch. Okay, so anyway, that's a little FYI. And again, I really encourage you, if you're just learning to crochet, to see if you can get to your local library or maybe some of the older bookstores and try to find some of those old crochet books. I'm looking down through the comments here. There you are. Aurora Benavides? Well, you're the winner. I know it's been freezing. I don't know why it's doing that, and I'm really, really sorry about that. But you are the winner. Email me with your email address, and I'll get that calendar sent out to you as soon as I can. Hopefully tomorrow if I get your address. Okay. Now, it looks like it's freezing a little bit, so I'm gonna the video. I mean, I don't know why. I've been having a little bit of trouble with connecting on my live videos lately, and I don't really know if Facebook changed something. And so I'm gonna have my husband take a look at my setup and see if maybe we can make it not do that. I mean, I don't know if it's something with my equipment or it's something with Facebook. But either way, I'm really, really glad we got to have this chat today. And I'll see you next week. And I want you to have a wonderful, wonderful week. And remember, I can't do this without you. Have a great week. Bye-bye.